Good evening. It's Skylark here on the first Monday of the month, July 1st, 2024. And I thought I would take you outside tonight because it's so beautiful, a little too warm inside. Today was gorgeous with that breeze blowing and not a cloud in the sky. And then tonight there are some clouds, but it is gorgeous out. So for you new people, I do this vlog the first Monday of every month. And I choose a topic, and it's just sort of a random chat. I keep them short, maybe 10 to 15 minutes at the most. Tonight I wanted to talk about getting out of your comfort zone, and I have spoken about this before, but it's worth revisiting because this past week actually, Tuesday through Friday, we took a ride up to Saratoga Springs, which was absolutely amazing. And then we went into Vermont to see a friend of mine in a play. So we were in the mountains and going up. I live here on Long Island, and the best way to go up there is actually to take the ferry from Port Jefferson, and then you cross over and you go straight up north to Saratoga. You cut off all the New York City, congestion on the Cross Island and the Throgs Neck, so it's really a beautiful way to go. I highly recommend it. It can get a little pricey, the ferry's about $95 one way if you have a car and two people. They charge $20 for an extra passenger, which is absurd, but they do. So, and then once we got up there, we were up in the mountains. Sorry, there's a child yelling in the background. We were up in the mountains and we got to go into town and have dinner. We visited some friends, and then the next day we drove to Dorset, Vermont. But before we did that, no, actually we did. We drove to Dorset. We saw the play. It was really amazing. I surprised my friend. I haven't seen her in 18 years because I met her when I started doing some acting in New York City, and that was kind of short-lived, just did it for a few years, and then we lost contact. So now she lives up in Vermont, and I ended up going to surprise her. So then the next morning, on Thursday morning, we ended up going to Saratoga Springs to see the horses train on the track, the thoroughbreds. It is open to the public every day of the week from 8 to 11, I believe. Oh, it was amazing. It made me very emotional. I mean, first of all, horses are just such incredible animals, but you are right there, up close and personal. You could touch them. They're so close. These are, very expensive horses. These are the best race horses in the world. And they race at Saratoga for 2 months out of the year, and then they go around the country to other racetracks. And I found out that the people who own Saratoga Racetrack also own 2 other tracks in other parts of the country. So if you get a chance this summer to go up to New England, that's where it all started, in this country. And you can see, it looks like, I don't know if any of you have been to England, but I have, and it does look a lot like some of the buildings. I mean, some of these buildings they go back to, the 1600s. The original 13 colonies were established up there and went, down the northeast as far as, I think Georgia was even one of the original colonies. I did a little bit of my homework. But certainly all through New England, including New Hampshire and New York and Vermont and Massachusetts. And it's just so beautiful. I'm not the most comfortable person highway driving. It's always been a bone of contention for me. I do it. I don't love it. But I'm not going to stop doing it because I'm uncomfortable. I'm gonna push through. But I read a report today that was, I don't know if it was in today's Newsday, someone at work actually showed me the article, that, death on the roadway has spiked in New York. And that is not something I really need to know. And it's from speeding and alcohol. Those are the two main reasons. And then they also mentioned, of course, these crazy lane changing that we're starting to see, or we've been seeing. But the spike has been since 2019, and certainly since COVID. So really be careful out there. You know, slow down. Leave a lot of space in between you and the driver in front of you. Check your rear view often. You know, don't get too comfortable driving and then you're not looking at what's going on behind you, because these days what's going on behind you is as important as what's going on in front of you. So, you know, really be safe. And I hope this summer, you know, you step out of your comfort zone a little bit and maybe you go visit a place that you've never been. Traveling is really wonderful. Whether you do, you know, a 4-day trip like we did, or you do 2 weeks. Usually when you go to Europe, you have to do 2 weeks because it's far and there's a lot to see. But you can do a short 4-night, 3-4-night, 5-night trip up to New England, you know, even up into Canada. Some parts of Canada are just incredible and they're drivable. You know, to Montreal is about 8 hours from New York. Just do it, you know, push yourself a little bit, push through the discomfort and the fear that, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know, I haven't driven in so long. Once you get on, maybe you haven't driven on the highways in a long time that far, but once you get on the road, you know, it becomes part of the trip. And I've actually mentioned that too, that the road is actually part of the experience. Make sure your car is in good running condition. I just bought a new car because I had such a bad experience with my last car. And I went out a couple of weeks ago and bought a brand new car again. I just had to. Knowing we were going on this trip, I really needed to feel safe, and the car did really well. It was good. So that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. I will post this on my social media platforms and on my YouTube channel. And, you know, just get out of your comfort zone, you know, do something different. I said the beginning of this summer, I wanted to do different things this year. And so far, I've done 2 things that I had never done before. So I'm going to keep track, you know, and I want to do more things that I've never done or haven't done in a really long time. So, you know, just friend me on Facebook, like my page, I'm sorry, under Skylark Live. I am on Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn, and I have a YouTube channel. Everything under Skylark Live. I have a Patreon account, so you can, and I'll put those links under here. And I write a newsletter every Tuesday. Sometimes it mimics what I've talked about on my first Monday of the month vlog, and other times it's something completely different and random. But peace and love, and I will see you next month. Maybe I'll do a little pop-up video here and there. I'm thinking I want to do more, maybe live videos like on Instagram. So, okay. Ciao for now. Have a beautiful evening. It really is gorgeous out tonight. I'm going to just do a little quick scan. How beautiful is that sky and the trees and the clouds. Oh, no, you can't see it. Okay, there you go. So, all right. Happy summer.